let us not talk about purgatory. As we ever said in lecture number 3, the desire world interpenetrates the etheric region and the chemical region of the physical world. You may refer to lecture number 3, where we talk about the various worlds and how human beings are linked. It means that the dead, now using the desire body, has capabilities that include vibration that are higher than the etheric atoms and the physical atoms that we have on this physical plane. The intensity of their feelings, emotions, thoughts, and action are more than ours, faster than we experience in the physical world. With time, the dead transits the etheric region of the physical world into the desire world. Generally, the first area that dead people enter is the lower part of the desire world, where the force of repulsion predominates. It is not a vandalistic force, but its workings are thorough in order to cleanse the dead from the dross it carried. As much as there is a lot of low desires in a dead person, the more shall be the work of the force of repulsion. This force tears away any coarse desires of passion, sensuality, materiality, and so on. The low desires are of our own making while we were alive on earth, and they include coarse desires of materiality, greed, selfishness, lying, hatred, jealousy, stealing, deception, insincerity, injustice, fraud, bearing false witness, arrogance, fornication, cheating, drunkenness. A lot of them, these are low desires that we cultivated whilst we were alive. In purgatory, the records, which have been transferred into the seed atom of the desire body, will be played to the dead, who now have feelings. In the desire world, the dead now have feelings, and those records will be played, and the feelings will be attached, unlike in the etheric region, when the records were initially being transferred into the desire body, where no feelings were attached. We are told in this life to lead the godly life, the clean and holy life, to love one another, and to offer selfless service. Those are the higher qualities. So long as we do not have the higher qualities, the low qualities in us will have to be purged. By the exercise of free will, we made our choices on earth, good or bad, our own making. Meanwhile, the desire world, where the dead go, that world is not structured like the physical world. It is structured by God such that both good and bad can never be on the same plane, unlike the physical world. There is a separation in that world. The bad comes first. It means the bad must be cleansed in the dead. So, the reaper reaps first the evil of his or her past life on earth. As the Bible says, Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And we are also told in Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27, "And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment." So long as the records of evil deeds are in the seed atom of the dead, those evil records will have to be purged. And the force of repulsion is not to punish anybody, but to build conscience into the spirit, depending on the realization of the dead that it has led inappropriate life on earth. Generally, the life spent in purgatory is a third of the years lived on earth. So, if a person lived physically for 60 years, roughly 20 years will be spent in purgatory. Purgatory is actually the lower region of the desire world, and in popular Christianity, it is called hell. It is not the place of fire as we know physical fire. No, purgatory is not like that. But it's a place where low desires are cleansed from the desired body of the dead person before he or she can proceed to the higher worlds. Until those low desires are purged, the dead can never proceed to the higher worlds. And the following diagrams gives a description. You can see the red colors. This is the lower region of the desire world where purgatory predominates. Tearing away the low desires is even more painful than the pain we suffer physically. Because over there in purgatory, the dead no longer has a dense body to dull the pain. No. So the pain over there is not a joke. It is that pain that is tearing away the low desires. The desire world is not far away in space, but right here with us, closer than hands and feet. It interpenetrates the physical world and extends far beyond the physical world. How do things play out in purgatory? We are not going to talk about it, the details of what happens in purgatory. The purpose of purgatory is not to punish. God takes no delight in punishing anybody and does not even punish. It is the natural laws that work. Purgatory is to strengthen conscience in the spirit, for it to shun evil and aspire to the good as the Father in heaven. So, after the etheric region, the dead, having the mind and the desire body containing the two higher ethers of the vital body, enters purgatory. Purgatory is actually dominated by the passion and coarse desires of animals, human beings, and demons. So you can imagine what is there. Very, very rough and bad things, based on our own desires. In that region of sensuality, all manner of debased feelings and activities dominate. Things of despicable materiality, which the dead is interested in and attached to, not only in this earth life, but even after death. Because death does not take away your feelings, your desires. They are still there. Mind you, death does not transform the sensual and materialistic person into a saint. It rather increases appetite to be and do more of those debased things. Purgatory, by the force of repulsion, works primarily in two ways. We are saying that purgatory works in two ways. One, it deprives the dead from satisfying nefarious activities, desires, feelings, and emotions. The dead can never satisfy them. Two, it transfers to the dead the pain caused others on earth, the misdeeds by commission or omission. Once they have been done on earth, this time the pain must be felt by the dead. Those are the two ways purgatory works. If the dying could leave all desires behind, the desire body will very quickly fall away, leaving him or her free to proceed into the heaven world. But generally, that is not the case. The dead still clings on to the desires, the low desires. Most people, especially if they die young, have many ties and much interest in things of this world. The young ones, they haven't altered their desires just because they do not have physical bodies. Still after death, the young ones continue with their desires, especially the low ones. Often their desires are augmented by a very intense longing to return to what they used to do on earth. These acts bind them to the desire world in a very unpleasant way, although unfortunately they do not even realize it. On the other hand, old and decrepit persons and those who are very weak as a result of illness and they are simply tired of life, they pass on very quickly because they leave their desires quickly, the low desires, they leave them quickly. So it is especially hard for people who were taken out of their bodies by accident. Much more when they are in their youthful ages, where they are so much attached to the physical things of this world. Young and energetic people engage in numerous activities of life. wife, family, relatives, friends, persons of business, and so on. They are so attached, so they find it so difficult adjusting after death. Those who die in accidents, they are unable to review their life activities, and they will have to be reborn and die as children before the records can be transferred into their desired bodies. They frequent the accident scene. Those who die by accident, they frequent the accident scene, and some strange sounds could be heard sometimes, especially at night. Those accident areas, they need to be cleansed because there is lingering scent of blood and ethers which inimical entities patronage. They like it, so they continue to bask in those sins, and that area will have to be cleansed. If not cleansed, it will be an area that is accident prone. As long as the dead entertains low desires, so long as the dead still has within him or her low desires that are linked to this earth life, the dead must stay in the desired body and suffer in purgatory. Meanwhile, God so designed the world such that for progress to be made, the dead will have to drop the lower desires before that progress can be made. But the dead must be cleansed of all low desires. Those low desires are dross matter on the spiritual body. They do not increase the vibration that are required to be able to move to the higher worlds. That is why existence in the lower desire world must definitely be purgative to purify the dead from the binding low desires. How does the situation of the miser look like in purgatory? The miser who loves gold or money in earth life loves it just as dearly as after death.
Filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all this.